If I were to do a video about film reviews, would you watch it?
No.
No.
Not at all. 2017 has already been such a good year for film that I felt compelled to talk about some of my favourites. So this is like a mid-year film wrap-up review thing. I'm going to avoid doing any films from the 2016 Oscar season, but here are some of my favourite films from 2017 so far.
I don't really care what you have to say, to be honest. Like, I want to watch the film myself, and I'll have my own view.
Number 5. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man picks up a few months after Tom Holland's Spidey debut in Civil War, and it shows Spider-Man trying to both be a superhero and a nerdy nerd. This film is so self-aware and Ferris Bueller-esque, which I just love. I actually consider this the best on-screen Spider-Man because it doesn't try to be this big, explosive superhero film. It's driven by the characters, all portrayed really well. It doesn't need to put the whole world at risk, just the friendly neighborhood of Queens. Michael Keaton is perhaps the best Marvel villain we've ever seen, up there with Loki and... there's not that many good villains. But Homecoming isn't a perfect film, and if I'm honest, I doubt it'll make my final top film list. There are just so many good films coming out the rest of this year.
Blade Runner 2049, A Ghost Store, Kingsman: The Golden Compass, Thor: Ragnarok, The Big Yucky, The Beige Lead, IT, How I Met Your Mother, Call Me Daddy, Star Trek.
Are they done? Have we done them all? Is that all? Number 4, Baby Driver. Edgar Wright tells the story of a partially hearing impaired getaway driver, and yeah, it's a yes from me. Wright's stylistics and condensed writing is, as always, top gear, but with Baby Driver, every word, every action, every song, it has a right to be there. The synergy between movement and music is not just a delight to watch, but really engaging. It was such a joy to walk out the cinema with my friends and have us all seem to enjoy the same film for once. Baby Driver.
No.
I haven't seen that.
And why not?
I've seen Planet of the Apes.
Number 3, Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan's latest spectacle takes on the sort of victory that was the evacuation of Dunkirk. This might be Nolan's best film ever. I need to see it a couple more times and allow it to kind of mature like a fine wine. Dunkirk makes no effort to glorify war, and it really shows the intensity and severity of this traumatic dystopia that is war. There's barely any on-screen blood, and there's no wide shots of piles and piles of bodies to make us feel emotion for these characters. It is just intense psychological trauma, which is so heavily encouraged by Hans Zimmer's score, which I think is my favourite score of his ever. It's the ticking rhythm and the constant rise in pitch. It's so intense.
Haven't seen it.
I thought you saw it the other day. You put a photo.
No, I went to a Bollywood
You
movie.
mugged us off.
Great film. Great film. God. Number 2, Raw. Written and directed by Julia Ducournau, this film... Oh my god, this film. It's about a vegetarian girl starting veterinary school, university, and I don't want to say any more than that because going into this film with no knowledge of what's about to happen is one of the most engaging film experiences I've had to date. All I knew before seeing this film was that several people fainted at the Toronto screening, and I completely get why. I almost threw up about 4 times, but I would not have had it any other way. I'd say nail biting, but one particular scene makes you never want to put your hands near your mouth again. Both visually and through theme, Raw is gruesome with a weird underlining of kind of sweet tenderness. It's possibly the ballsiest film I've seen this decade, and it's a feminist film, and I cannot rave enough about this. I just want to see it again.
When's Cars 3 coming out? Because I will
It's
watch
already
that.
out, I think.
Is it already out? Oh, Cars 3 made a profit. Do you want to go watch Cars 3?
So, film number 1, Get Out. Jordan Peele has written and directed a genuinely perfectly balanced film between being just entertaining like Avengers or Ferris Bueller's Day Off and a detailed social commentary like 12 Angry Men or Bicycle Thieves. It is it's incredible.
Not seen it.
Not seen it.
Why not?
I don't even know what it's about.
I saw the Get Out challenge and I thought, this don't really look my cup of tea.
We follow our protagonist Chris as he meets his white girlfriend's parents for the first time in a secluded house in the woods. What initially seems like a slightly awkward situation because of their interracial relationship turns out to be one of the most terrifying things. It's funny but jarring, it's well paced but shocking, and on my first viewing I had no idea what direction it was going. And on my second viewing I enjoyed it even more because there's so many subtle nuances and clever phrases that, with hindsight, are so jarring. The subversion of the horror genre here is just thrilling and so fearless.
I've seen Logan. I've seen Spider-Man.
Cool, so that's all I have on the films. In the cheesiest way possible, I want to say thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, but genuinely, it's crazy and it's really hard to comprehend, which is, thank you. Genuinely, thank you. Alright, cool. I think I might do some more videos on films in the future, actually. Would you watch another episode of this film review series?
I want to watch the
Well,
first
I haven't watched.
No, I know you're in it now, but I mean, would you watch it in the...
If I was in it,
Depends who the
So
other
you
two
have to be
people
in it.
are. Yeah.
The rule is you have to be in it.
or if one of my friends was in it.
I'm one of your friends.